Hi, Fabio. Let's take a look at your letter. Looking for a summer job. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Now, here I want you to change this. We wouldn't do this in English. If you don't know the name of the person you are writing to, you merely say to whom it may concern, or you say dear sir or madam. But saying dear Mr. or Mrs. is not really appropriate, so let's change that, okay? I'm writing to you because I have seen an advertisement for a summer job in your company. My name is Fabio. I have just graduated um, with a degree in mechanical engineering, or I have just graduated with my BS in mechanical engineering, and I have several skills that match the position requirements, such as AutoCAD drawing and project management. Okay, that's fine. I'm an easygoing person, quick learner, and hands on employee. I enjoy challengeable, no, you mean challenging here, tasks like unsolved problems, and I'm always eager to help. Furthermore, I consider myself very reliable and I enjoy working in groups. Okay. My previous experience was a traineeship performed at Audi where I could work modeling and simulating car parts for the next releases. I was drawing 3D models and implementing stress analysis. I also like coding and data science. In my time off, I like playing tennis and swimming. I would appreciate to explain further details in person interview or online. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully. Okay, so first thing, I want to clean up some of this language. Not a lot, so that was good. This didn't make sense. You want to say, I would appreciate an opportunity to discuss the position in further detail in an interview, in person or online. It's a little wordy. I would appreciate the opportunity of an interview in person or online. Okay. Either one of those would be okay, but you do need to fix it a little bit. Let's see. There was another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Let me find it. No, you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. It was the task achievement portion of this. So you introduced yourself. I thought you did a fine job with that. You explained your previous experience. Yeah, fine. What I didn't think you did was this: explain what type of job you would like. You didn't really do that. I mean, you said that you saw an advertisement. That's really all we know. Um, and we know that you would do something with AutoCAD drawing, but we don't know anything else. Instead, what you did is you gave us all of this, which I guess is kind of your related skills, kind of, but you kind of went into that detail here too. So you really never explained this, as far as I'm concerned, okay? The kind of job you would like. I also don't feel it particularly relevant to include that you like playing tennis or swimming. They never asked you to provide personal information. They never asked you about your hobbies or so forth. So I just wouldn't include it. It's considered irrelevant information. Okay? So the rest of it was good, no problems. So yeah, the language was fine. I thought it could have been maybe a touch higher level. Um, I mean, just thinking about like your verbs, for example. Okay, like I'm writing. I have graduated. I have. I am. I enjoy. I am. I consider. Performed. Da, 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 drawing. I like. So I like again. I kind of felt like maybe you could have done just a little more in terms of some higher level language. That felt to me like it was something missing. It was just all very safe, very kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily elementary, but definitely no more than intermediate vocabulary here. So I would have liked to see something, maybe just a little bit of something more sophisticated. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I want to take a look now at your task two. Okay, so we're talking about the reasons and the solutions for pollution. Let's see what you wrote. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated about pollution issues, especially in large cities, and the countermeasures to avoid such problems. Good. Some believe that pollution is not as high as published in the media. However, personally, I disagree. This essay will argue that pollution is extremely harmful to public health and what could be done to decrease negative impacts, using examples from the Indian government and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, it's written very well. Grammar, vocabulary, everything is really well controlled and accurate. So I like it. However, and that's a big however, there's a problem. Let me show you where the problem is. Uh, Here's the problem. So some believe pollution is not as high as it is published. I disagree. This essay will argue that pollution is extremely harmful to public health. That's not the point. That's not what they're asking you. They're asking you, why is pollution getting worse, especially in cities? So, why is this happening? And what are the solutions? I see that you have the solutions aspect covered here, but in your introduction, it's kind of like a red flag as an examiner because I'm thinking, uh-oh, this could potentially be an off-topic answer because your introduction does not reflect what the topic is and what they've asked you to write about, okay? So definitely be careful with that. You're not supposed to be talking about if pollution is bad or not. That's not the point, okay? So let's see what you actually wrote in your body paragraphs and in the conclusion, see how you did there. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that pollution is becoming more harmful to the environment. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, the amount of garbage is increasing according to economic development. I don't understand that. People's consumption items need to be disposed. All right, this sentence is unclear, I am afraid. Particularly here, according, and then to the end of the sentence, it's not clear. Maybe a suggestion here could be the central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, the amount of garbaging is increasing as the economy is improving and people have more items they need to dispose of. Okay, that would work. For example, widespread flooding or floods caused because of the trash accumulated in manholes or pipelines bring diseases that were previously under control. All right, I don't understand this. We're not talking about diseases. We're not talking about human health. We're talking about, well, not directly human health. We're talking about the environment. Okay. Problems with pollution. Okay, so yeah, I don't really want to be talking about human health here. I mean, unless we're talking about air pollution and water pollution and things like that, then fine. But if you start talking about how people are getting sick from floods and so forth, that just seems irrelevant to me. Okay, let me see. That's not really what we need to be talking about. Um, I mean, that's like rubbish. I mean, it's litter, okay, but I don't think that's what we're really talking about here when we're talking about pollution. Do you know what I mean? I hope so. Okay. Secondly, there are more cars on the street powered by fossil fuel. You don't need fossil fuels energy, just fossil fuels fine. Yet green fuels are still minimal. For instance, recent research by the Indian government demonstrated that the air quality in Mumbai dropped 20% in the last 5 years due to lack of investment in traffic control, not controlling, sewage lines and waste disposal. Okay, fine. So there are more cars. It's creating a problem. Fine. On the other hand, there are a list of measure of possible solutions. All right, why don't we fix that? It's a little too wordy. So on the other hand, there are a list of possible solutions for these issues, such as green energy cars, reuse of waste, and coverage of sewage lines. Still don't know what you mean by coverage of sewage lines. The use of electrical cars is becoming more popular in the developed world, but costs are still prohibitive in poor countries. Countries should cut taxes and encourage companies to increase production and facilitate spread of such technology. Lovely. Also, the reuse of waste should be mandatory, as well as the sorting of trash would help to widespread such practice. All right, this sentence has problems. How about the reuse of waste should be mandatory and the sorting of trash would help facilitate such a practice? Okay. Now, I still think that the sentence needs explanation. Like, why would the sorting of trash help this? And what does this have to do with pollution? I'm not really sure, but at least grammatically it makes sense and we can understand it. Furthermore, investment in sewage lines should cover all populated areas and be planned beforehand, planned with a double N, in the city expansion plan. Okay. Uh, for example, recent research from the Oxford, not the, just from Oxford University demonstrated that Amsterdam has one of the most efficient sewage lines and water treatment plants with an S at the end, recovering 80% of the disposed water. Again, I want you to explain to me why you think this is helpful. So, how would this help that we're reusing water? You need to explain how this is related to pollution. Okay. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that that the government and private sector are accountable to find solutions and decrease pollution. It is predicted that technology together with public policies will increasingly grow in importance. The air we breathe and the water we drink will define the future we will have. I like that last sentence. All right, Fabio. So I see a lot of good stuff here, really do. I did see some problems with some of your topic development in terms of relevance, and some places also how well you extended. Like some of your ideas weren't 100% clear. So those things for me needed a little work. And again, of course, there were a couple of places where the language used was a little problematic. So those are the kind of the things I saw. But like I said, I did like a lot of this. I definitely feel like I saw, at least in this essay, an improvement. So that's encouraging, and you should feel encouraged. So yeah, keep at it, keep improving. Just try to apply all the stuff that we're talking about, and we'll wait for your next essay. Okay, good luck.